and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Liz and I do a lot of Animal Crossing content here on YouTube and I'm a variety streamer on Twitch. I am so excited to bring you all today's video. Today I'm bringing you all my very first collab video. Woo! I got to collaborate with all of these amazing content creators. Each of us got to do a cool theme and an item for our builds. My theme ended up being an abandoned construction site and my item was a chainsaw, which I hid somewhere in my build. I specifically took it out of the video so you wouldn't see where I hid it, so put down in the comments down below. Let me know if you don't notice the chainsaw at the end of it. But I will make sure to link everyone's else's videos in the description below, so be sure to check out all of those. The other builds that we had with the content creators we had was Honeyland Horizon, who did a Super Mario Cafe, Angela and Donnie, who did a clown birthday party, Ashley's Cove, who did a rest stop bathroom at night, Meg Crossing did a cherry blossom swamp, Sassy Jellybean did a cottage core graveyard, Silly Heather Plays did a fairy trash dump, and Canada Crossing did a Willy Wonka park. So make sure you go check out all of their videos too. It's absolutely amazing and I'm so excited that I got to collaborate with all of these amazing people. So please, please, please go check out their videos and show them some love as well. With that being said, let's hop right into the video and I shall speed up this build. So first off, for this build, I really wanted to get the pathing laid out. I wasn't necessarily sure the direction I was going to go for this, just because an abandoned construction site is something out of my comfort zone, which is weird. I've been doing that a lot lately, even with my main island going out of my comfort zone. But this in particular, I've never done anything even remotely close to a construction site ever. So I found this really cool cracked pavement path online. I will make sure to link the creator code for this one in the description as well, just in case you want to use it. But my initial thought when I was looking for path for this was to find this kind of like gaping hole path or something where it's like a hole in the middle of pavement, but I could not find a path that had that for the life of me. I spent, I think, 3 hours looking for a path the day before yesterday, and I could not find it anywhere. No giant holes. Anytime I searched up like Animal Crossing hole path or path design with hole or construction site, all I would get was a bunch of pavement and or the patterns that look like the holes that we dig up in game. So unfortunately that idea fell through, but from searching for that pattern I came across this brick and cracked concrete kind of street view, and I thought, you know what, perfect, construction sites happen in the street. At least where I am, they are constantly. I feel like our roads are always under construction here, and it's never ending. So I was like, you know what, this fits really well. So I'm just kind of layering out this area. I ended up wanting to space it out so it wouldn't be so cramped. But now looking back at this, thinking, oh gosh, I have to clean this up in a day or two, I'm starting to question all of my decisions on this build. But I tried to make it very cracked. I placed as many cracks as I possibly could, and then I later realized I didn't have any just plain pathing to fill in all the empty squares, so I had to add that in real quick. So that's exactly what I just did. I went back into the portal, found the creator, and then downloaded their empty path that didn't have any cracks, just so it wasn't overly cracked. Because at first I was like, I'll just crack everything up, and then when I started looking at it, it just got very overwhelming. So I wanted to have that little break point, so it would be some cracks but not totally cracked. And then here I thought it would be kind of cool to make some lanes. Not sure how well this turned out, because again, I've never created a road ever in Animal Crossing before, and looking back at it, they kind of look a little bit more like parking lots or parking stalls, but that's all right. But as I was building and placing things, I noticed you could still see some of the flowers on the cliff, and it was taking away from the build. So I took that away, and then I broke up some water on the cliffside to make a waterfall. My plan for this is to place a little bit of like an excavator. I think that's what they're called. The big machines. Oh gosh, technical terms, the machinery stuff. Oh my goodness, I can't English anymore. I'm so sorry. But like the one with the giant claw that comes down to put up there, to kind of look like it broke the land and it tore away at a pipe almost. I really wish that there was a way that I could like place a pipe. So I'm just kind of gathering materials for things that would work really well. I saw the stadium light and I thought, oh, perfect. That would be absolutely amazing for construction site. Out here, when you have large construction sites, especially in the road, they do set up these like giant pot lights that they would have light, especially on highways. So that's what I was kind of going for with that. And then I realized that I also wanted to add a little bit of a bus stop, and I needed to expand the pathway just a little bit more, so that's what I'm doing here. Just giving myself a little bit of extra room to work with, because I didn't want to have a cramped space. When I think of construction site, I think of wide open areas where the land is being torn away. So I didn't want to have all of my construction machines and workstations. I'm not actually sure what I should call it all, but I didn't want it to be so close together and cramped, so I tried to give myself as much room as possible. But I wanted to create a little bit of a bus stop, and because this construction site is abandoned, it really threw me for a loop, because I'm thinking, how can I make this abandoned? It's not like I can just place trucks and stuff on its side, as cool as that would be. So instead, I decided to create a little bit of a story with this build. And I don't know how well it turned out. I've never created a story or like a reason behind it being abandoned before. So I hope it turned out well. I think it was pretty cool. But if you can see on my inventory, I've passed over it a few times. I have the rescue mannequin just sitting in there, and I place it first here at the bus stop, and I do end up moving it later because I think it's a little bit out in the open. But my idea for it was, what if something happened, an accident happened that caused this construction site to close down, and that's what made it abandoned. So that's why I have this mannequin. It's supposed to be like one of those chalk outlines that you would see in the old police movies when something happened. So there was an incident at this construction site, and now we have a rescue mannequin just chilling there as everyone else is evacuated, so this place can be investigated and then later on forgotten. So at this point, I'm just setting up the site to look like it would be for like a normal construction, as if everyone's going off to do their work day, and as if nothing's wrong. But little does everyone know, there's a little bit of a secret afoot. It's not as a chill, calm construction site as it might seem at first. But now I'm just messing around with some of the actual construction vehicles. Like I have a tractor in there, even though I know that it's not technically a construction vehicle, it still worked. And then I have the bulldozer and the, oh my gosh, the cement roller. There are too many different names for all of these construction machinery gadgets that I don't know of, and I just think of them as like, oh yeah, it's that big truck that kind of spins, you know, the one that you're driving behind and you're like, okay, is the back of it turning? Is it going to be really slow, or is it not turning and it's going to be fine? That thing. But here I'm kind of moving the rescue mannequin. I didn't want it to be so obvious, so what I did was I tried to hide it a little bit behind this rolling thing, cement roll machine. It has a giant wheel. I have no idea what it's actually supposed to be called, but looking back at it now, it kind of looks like my dude's been run over a little bit. But I mean, maybe that just adds to the charm of it being abandoned. And then I also added this little staircase that I have no intention of actually funding and finishing. I just thought having the little ropes there being tied off really works with having a construction site. And of course we have to have the garbage can, because why not? Gotta place the garbage can. And then obviously the construction scaffolding that we got from 2.0. It just works really well. It adds a little bit to it. And I also think it divides the site well between the area where the workers are still working on the pavement and where everyone else is still working on machinery. That way no one gets hurt. And the more I add, the more I decorate, the more our little friend is hidden. But I will say one thing that I did add to this build is a chainsaw, but I hid it. And I would love to know if you can see it in this final little spot. We can see our little buddy. I'm going to name him Bob, our rescue mannequin Bob at the back. But let me know if you can spot where the chainsaw is. I'll give you a hint. It's near my person. You can definitely see it in this shot. Let me know down in the comments below if you can see it. But that is my abandoned construction site attempt. I hope you all enjoy this video, and don't forget to check out all the other amazing creators that I got to do this collab with. I will make sure that their links are in the description down below, and I shall see you all in the next video. Bye!